reaction in. Oh shit, yo, I didn't even see y'all there, man. We got another video. We got another video today, man. You know what I'm saying? Another reaction video. Shit. For this video, I don't know what to say in this intro, man. For this video, let's push for like at least 20 likes. Can we get some more views on the video? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Watching the videos, watching the shorts and everything. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We got another video today. What the fuck is the title of this? Man walks outside and finds his roommate decapitated. Wait. Man walks outside to find decapitated roommate. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make this intro too long. Everybody get to all the socials. Follow the YouTube. Share the videos. You know what I'm saying? Let's build.
Hey, sir. How can I help you?
My roommate was attacked. I know it. I heard it. She's screaming. She was thrown to the ground.
Bro, but how would y'all even react to, like, bro, if y'all just walked outside, like, you just randomly just walked outside and just seen it? But I don't even believe that shit. Like, that just sounds so weird. But like, what would you, like? How would you feel? Like, what's like? I don't even know how you would even feel, bro. Just walk outside and just see, like, that shit's crazy.
Sir, come here.
I'm just saying, oh, that's bullshit.
This man just led police to a dead body. The victim, Amy Harwick, a celebrity sex therapist, was found lying unconscious under her third-story balcony. Officers were immediately suspicious of Amy's roommate, Michael Herman.
Hey, can I see your hands?
He did it.
Yeah. That's where I poked it on the climbing over the fence.
Oh, okay, got it.
What do you think, here?
I don't know, dude. Something's off. He might be a suspect because he's got blood.
The blood on Michael's hands and the signs of struggle found inside Amy's bathroom made it clear that this was a crime scene, and Michael is the prime suspect.
Do you still hear screaming? I still heard screaming when I was leaving. I yelled up there, "Hey, mother!" Because I wanted her to think I was going upstairs, so maybe he'd like stop and run.
However, detectives began to have doubts. The further they investigated, the clearer it became that there was more to this crime than meets the eye. And as they dig deeper, they uncover that Amy had a history of troubled relationships and many people had it out for her. But one relationship stood out from the rest. One that was plagued with stalking, violence, and abuse, leaving disturbing clues that would lead detectives to one deranged killer.
I have so much I need to say. Please give me a chance to just say it.
What did that shit say?
I have so much I need to say. Please give me a chance to just say it. Please.
At 1:11 a.m. on February 15th, 2020, 911 received a harrowing call from Amy's roommate.
I want to reduce the operator 434.
Yeah, somebody just attacked my roommate. We're at 2086 Mound Street. Find anything.
Okay, how was he assaulted? What happened?
It's a C. I don't know. I was downstairs. I heard screaming. Please get a cop here.
Okay, and this is who's screaming inside?
Can't speak right now. Amy Harwick.
I mean, who is she to you, sir?
She's my roommate.
Okay. And she's screaming.
Then that's even weird too. Like, why does she have a male roommate, bro? It's nothing wrong with it, bro. But it's just like, bro, like, not all people are just like good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just like, you can't just anybody, bro. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see anything?
No.
Okay. So
no, I heard her screaming, and I heard her being.
All right, so I'm going to send out that somebody's screaming, okay? Since you didn't see anything. You don't know if she's being attacked. Yeah. You're not sure.
Yes, I know she's being attacked. I heard her got thrown to the ground.
With sirens blaring, multiple law enforcement agents rush to the scene. The information that they have as they arrive is limited. All they know is that there is a situation with a screaming woman and that somebody appears to be in danger. As soon as they arrive, Michael Herman, Amy's roommate, is the first person to come into contact.
Hey, sir.
Hi.
How can I help you?
My roommate was attacked. I know it. I heard it. She's screaming. She was thrown to the ground. I couldn't find my phone. I couldn't find anything.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
I don't even
do
believe
you have
that,
access
bro.
to
You're
your
just sitting
internet?
down
Is there
chilling
anybody else
without your
inside the house?
phone, bro. Who does that?
Just
like,
your roommate
I
by
never.
yourself?
Like,
Yes.
what the
You
fuck?
check on her? Dude, I heard screaming. I don't know if that guy had a gun or a knife. I came running trying to. I couldn't find my phone.
So is there somebody else inside?
Yes. I think there's.
Okay, sir. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Calm down. Calm down. Other than your roommate, is there anybody else inside the house?
I don't know.
So you didn't see anyone? You just heard...
No, I just heard her screaming. It sounded like she got thrown to the ground. I've been calling for her through his windows. Nobody's answering. Nothing.
So where's your key at?
Inside, downstairs, the back door's open.
Here, got my Here. You're good. You're good. You good. 6815 advises the responding units that we had to hop the fence. We're going to be at the rear of the location. Sir, come here. Relax. Take a seat.
Oh my God.
We need to
So you told them the back door is you told them the back door is open. You walked there to the back door, and then you just try to act like you didn't know she was right there already. So how did she get outside, bro? Is my thing, and you were already downstairs, so you didn't like. I'm confused.
What's going on tonight?
How was she upstairs and ended up downstairs to be outside?
When
Decapitated,
officers
bro.
move into the courtyard, there lies Amy Harwick, 20 feet beneath her third-floor balcony, going into continuous seizures with glass surrounding her body.
Bro, she's having a seizure. Oh, Jesus.
Amy lived in
She's
a
having a seizure, oh
relatively
Jesus,
safe
and
area
he's
in
just standing
Hollywood
there.
Hills and was a well-known family and marriage
Bro, fire these
therapist.
fucking cops,
So
bro.
her home being broken into was unusual, and whoever did it made sure she had a painful death. She was thrown off her balcony, resulting in several serious injuries. The trauma to the head was so severe that it had resulted in a subgaleal and a subdural hemorrhage, sending her into continuous seizures. Not only that, but her neck showed signs that she had been strangled before falling off her balcony. Even though Amy started receiving urgent care, this situation was far from over. Not knowing whether the assailant is still in the house, officers began to breach and clear the ground floor.
Do you know if there's anybody else inside the house?
I don't. Oh my God.
Anyone else inside? It's the LAPD. Come out with your hands up. Hey, somebody pat him down, please.
Hey, stand up.
He might be a because he's got blood.
Probably on my couch.
Anyone else inside? It's the LAPD. Come out with your hands up. Gotcha. All right, so you guys can move up in unison.
This is a crime scene. They're just walking around touching the whole fucking house with their hands too.
You're good.
This is
Whenever
crazy.
you guys are ready, go ahead. Go back in. I got an open room. There's a balcony to the top. Got couches. Looks like a kitchen to the right.
Unfortunately, the one responsible for Amy's condition has managed to escape, and as cops make their way through the home, they notice that everything is organized and spotless, besides a few areas of interest.
It's sticky. Bees. This is urine.
Urine? But none of the bathroom.
Amy's bedroom was a mess, with the covers thrown off and a pool of urine in the connecting bathroom. Often, when a victim is strangled, it results in the involuntary loss of bowel control. Moreover, officers would discover something strange. Right on the balcony from where Amy fell, a syringe filled with nicotine had fallen to the ground.
A syringe full with nicotine? What the fuck does that do?
Right here.
Extreme doses of nicotine like the one found in this syringe act as a poison, causing organs in the body to fail and slowly kill an individual as they suffer from vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, and severe abdominal pain. Strangely enough, these types of drugs were never even present in the home, and even if they were, Amy would never take them, as her roommate explains.
Nicotine's a drug?
A loaded syringe, so... Sir, do you know her history of drug use?
She's sober. She doesn't drink it. She didn't even drink.
She doesn't drink.
She doesn't even drink. She's sober.
So nobody in this house is doing drugs?
I smoke pot and stuff, yeah.
Okay, what do you mean and
That
stuff?
is I
I
do.
smoke pot and
That's it?
shrooms every now and then. Yeah.
Okay, so she's sober completely?
She's sober completely.
How sure of that are you?
I'm positive. I'm absolutely sure.
I don't know, dude. Something's off. Dude, that is loaded completely.
Yes, hasn't been used
It
yet.
hasn't been used. Hey, can I see your hands?
Yeah. That's where I poked it on the climbing over the fence.
Oh, okay, got it. What about this one here?
I don't know what that is. I guess from the fence too.
Can you pull your sleeve back on this one right here? Oh no, on this one right here. This one. Can you flip it for me? So do me a favor, look.
When you shop in the Albertsons app, you can count on us to be ready for pickup on time.
Look up. Can you pull your shirt down a little bit?
Sure.
Really, just really like shady.
This whole thing's very weird.
And then did you see that? How it's wrapped around him? It's weird.
Although Michael seems incredibly suspicious, finding out whether he's guilty comes second. The first priority is to ensure Amy's survival, whose condition was worsening by the second. Her pulse was nearly non-existent, and she was rushed to a nearby hospital, where it was determined that she had sustained many serious injuries since dropping about 20 feet from the balcony, including lacerations to her liver and brain damage. And despite the best attempts from doctors, Amy Harwick was soon pronounced dead. The syringe filled with nicotine, Amy's injuries before the fall, and no missing items. These were all clues that this was not a burglary gone wrong, but a planned murder. For police,
I'm not
this
lying.
would
Do y'all
make-
think he did it, or do y'all think like a strange boyfriend did that shit, like a ex-boyfriend type shit did that? Let me know something in the chat. Let me know something, chat. Oh yeah, for all y'all that's on the YouTube, man, get to all these links again. All these links. Everybody that's in the Twitch chat, get to the links. Everybody that's in the, you know what I'm saying, TikTok chat, get to the links, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Y'all thinking he did it?
sense because working as a
I think
specialized
so too, bro.
sex
I'm not
therapist
lying.
and one that was
It
very
just doesn't
public
matter.
with several shows and media presence at the time was risky. There could have been too many people who had it out for her, since therapists often have to deal with emotionally problematic and sometimes obsessive individuals. For now, though, Michael Herman was the only person around Amy when she was murdered, making him the first suspect. Michael was already a suspicious individual, as his frequent cannabis use led officers to believe that he had at least some knowledge of drugs and could be behind the nicotine syringe. But more telling was the fact that his arms were covered in blood and scratches, which made him look even more guilty. So to get to the bottom of this, Michael was brought in for an interview where he would stay adamant about his innocence.
Can you remember? Do you still hear
I
screaming?
still heard screaming when I was
Still hearing screaming. Now, and when we were at the house, you
because
also
that was when I was yelling. Because when I was leaving, I yelled up there, "Hey, mother!" really loud because I wanted her to think I was coming upstairs, so maybe he'd like stop and run. You know, that
you would know that he's not in the house with
alone.
Two of them.
Right,
yeah.
right. And I didn't know if it was like, you know, I didn't know if it was multiple people. I just didn't know. And I just hope that would like that they would make the person flee.
Michael claims that after returning home, he heard screams from inside the house and then shouted loudly to scare off the potential attacker.
This nigga's lying, bro. He literally said when he called police or whatever you call it, he said he couldn't find his phone. So you left the house and you left the house without your phone and came back. You left the house, came back and didn't have your phone at all, bro. And then you were chilling downstairs. You said you were chilling downstairs. So at what point, like, I'm confused as shit, bro. You're just lying.
He then entered the home to find the front door open and Amy Harwick's body on the ground. He immediately called 911 and attempted to provide aid while waiting for emergency responders. Not only does Michael fully cooperate with law enforcement, but he also has a solid alibi and witness testimonies supporting his account. Additionally, there is no forensic evidence linking Michael to the crime. Still, detectives can't rule out Michael just yet, as there are no other suspects and nobody had seen anyone outside of Michael enter or leave the building. But this is when police receive footage from a nearby Ring doorbell camera, a crucial piece of evidence that would turn the entire case upside down. When the cops looked at the footage, they saw Michael come running out of the home, trying to wake up the neighbors and call for help. This was exactly what he told them he had done, which confirms the fact that he was likely only a witness to all of this. But the camera also picks up someone else at the scene. A strange male figure wearing gloves, hopping fences, and running through backyards. In many cases, this man can even be seen covering cameras with a gloved hand. Undeniably, this masked individual was the one responsible for this murder, but finding out who this could be was difficult. As they began looking into her life, there were very few people who wanted to hurt her. She was on good terms with her family and friends and had almost no enemies. So police began to believe that this may have been a case of one of Amy's past relationships coming back to haunt her. But yet again, almost all of her boyfriends came up clean. All
What the
but
fuck? She did it,
one of
Marilyn
them,
Manson?
Gareth Pursehouse, a man who was reported by Amy's friends to be an obsessive ex-lover and some previously stalked her. But before officers look into Gareth, they decide to consolidate all of the evidence they have first. Because of the presence of the syringe
She's
filled
damn
with
near
pure
famous,
nicotine,
so how did, like,
detectives...
bro, she's damn near, like, famous, so how did the even situation of her roommate even come about? Like, I don't even understand the aspect of that. How did that
believe
even
that
happen?
whoever broke
Like,
into Amy's
not how did
apartment
it happen, bro,
intended to
because people
kill
be
her by
criminal all the
injecting her
time,
with
bro.
the
I'm not saying it
syringe,
like
but that
bro.
their
Just like, you know
plans
what I'm saying?
somehow went awry. Amy began resisting, and a physical
And then
altercation
when has
occurred that
nicotine
would be
been a
proven
drug?
by a black rosary that Amy had been wearing
And I don't,
around her
well,
neck.
I was gonna say,
Beads
how the
of
fuck
this
do you liquid
rosary were
nicotine,
found
but
trailing
that
all the way from her
stupid ass
bedroom to
question.
the balcony. Not only that, a black leather jacket that was turned inside out was also discovered at the scene. It is likely that the attacker snuck up behind her, grabbed her by her jacket, and a struggle ensued. The attacker then likely choked Amy, dragged her out to the balcony, and threw her over the top. With all of this in mind, officers began looking for somebody who would want to hurt Amy in this manner. Undeniably, the masked individual was responsible for the murder. However, identifying them could be challenging because, despite being a well-known public figure, Amy had no known enemies. Police start their investigation by questioning friends and family of Amy, looking for any clues on who could have committed this heinous crime, and it wouldn't take long for them to get a strong lead. Amy's friends revealed to police that about a month before her murder, they began receiving concerning messages from Amy. She expressed fear for her life, mentioning that she had recently encountered a stalker which, it would turn out, she had an abusive relationship with a decade prior. 41-year-old photographer Gareth Pursehouse.
Yeah, he did it.
Amy and Gareth had met 10 years earlier in 2011 when Gareth had worked as a photographer on a therapy event Amy attended. They dated briefly, but Amy's friends took note of the relationship being an event Amy attended. They dated briefly.
Just look at him. Give him a good look, bro. A good ass look, bro. Like, this is how he's looking. Sorry, I needed that now.
But Amy's friends took note of the relationship being far from normal. In May of 2011, Amy tried to file a restraining order for the abuse she suffered in the relationship.
But nah, bro,
Gareth
genuinely, I
often
think
suffocated her,
like,
slamming her
you
against
can
the
tell by his
walls,
player
dropped
mode,
her on the ground, and punched her. Yet, somehow, this order was denied, as authorities believed there was a lack of evidence. Of course, this meant a quick end to the relationship, at least for Amy. This was unacceptable for Gareth, as he started obsessing heavily over Amy, and his emotional state worsened. But Amy was the one who'd have to face the brunt of Gareth's mental decline. In the months after the breakup, weird occurrences began happening at Amy's residence. She would walk into her home to find picture frames were smashed. Sometimes there would be roses taped to her front door, and on other occasions, Gareth would refuse to leave her doorstep for hours. A year later, in 2012, Amy tried to file another restraining order against Gareth because he had once again assaulted her and dragged her out of a car. Fortunately, this time, the order would be approved by a judge, barring Gareth from seeing Amy for 5 years.
If she reported all this shit, why didn't they just take him to fucking jail?
Friends, Gareth's behavior became even more creepy and intense in the years after the restraining order was issued. If Gareth couldn't see her physically, he'd tarnish her reputation on every one of Amy's social media pages. Every single time she posted, she would get derogatory comments, and all of her publications in her field as a therapist would get bombarded with comments criticizing and degrading her work. But things would take a turn for the worst 1 month before Amy's murder. On January 17, 2020, Amy was attending the XBiz Awards, where she was a panelist of an organization called Pineapple Support, which was meant to focus on therapy related to workers in the sex industry. However, as Amy was having drinks before her segment began, she would hear a familiar voice. Gareth's voice, who was working as a photographer at the event. At this point in time, Amy had not seen Gareth in nearly a decade, yet he would approach Amy, angry and upset, saying that she ruined his life. One of Amy's friends would outline what the two talked about as Amy called him for help.
The first phone call, when she called, I couldn't hear. It was a lot of loud commotion. It was chaotic, so I couldn't understand, and I hung up. And then initially seeing them walk away, I first checked in with my friend who called me, and she told me this guy is freaking out on your friend. So I then walked over to where the two of them had walked to, and as I was walking towards them, the only words I heard was, "You ruined my life, you bitch."
After this event, Amy was extremely scared of Gareth and told friends and family that if anything happened to her, Gareth would be responsible, and he had sent her voice messages after the event.
I have so much I need to say. Please give me a chance to just say it.
Bro, if he violated...
And her
But if
concerns
he
were
violated
proven to be
restraining orders
true,
and shit,
because
like,
when officers...
that's the thing, bro. Like, justice system. Like, if he violated restraining orders, why didn't they just take the nigga to jail, bro? He's sitting here, like, fucking literally stalking a woman for nothing. For what? She done giving you something, bro. You're a weirdo, my nigga. Give it up. But you couldn't say no. She said no, so you killed her. For what, my nigga? She just want to be with you. Just live your life. It doesn't make sense. You killed an innocent woman for nothing. For nothing, bro.
matched a picture of Gareth to the man seen on the Ring doorbell footage on the night of the murder. It was an exact match. But for authorities to be sure that Gareth is the same man they're looking for, they needed to search his home. Obtaining the warrant itself was not hard because the sheer amount of evidence against Gareth gave officers reasonable suspicion to do so. However, this suspicion would soon turn into shock as syringes filled with nicotine were discovered in Gareth's home, exactly like the one found on Amy's balcony. Not only that, but Gareth himself had sustained injuries on his body and had bloody clothes scattered all over the home. But there was one piece of evidence that proved to be a definitive breakthrough in this case. A DNA comparison between the fingernail scrapings of Amy's body and Gareth would turn up an exact match. Detectives knew that this was exactly the man they were looking for. So by about 5 o'clock p.m. the day
You're a
after the
fucking
murder,
cook, bro.
the cops
There's no way out of it, my nigga.
approached
Say
Gareth
goodbye.
Miller's house. In the face of Gareth's history with Amy and him being caught on camera, officers decide to charge him with Amy's murder. While sitting in jail awaiting a murder trial, Gareth doesn't show an ounce of remorse. In fact,
you literally have a fucking mansion, bro, in the hills of LA, dude. And you're sitting here and you decided, bro, on your free time, bro, to go kill your ex-girlfriend for what, bro? Because she didn't want to be with you anymore? She got a restraining order on you because you're a fucking weirdo, bro. You live in a mansion, bro, in the hills of LA, bro, and you're gonna go over here and do this for what, man? Then you go over there and it's like, bro, you're running on Ring cameras with no mask. Like, I'm not even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, send this nigga to the firing squad, bro. Genuinely, send this nigga to the firing squad, bro. No. Fuck no. Nah. Send this nigga to, like, you know, like where they like do bad, like the bad punishments, bro, like where they fucking throw rocks at you. Throw this nigga to there, to where they just. If y'all ever play like Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying, and go to the like the gulag and shit, and you throw rocks and shit. Yeah, send this nigga where they throw rocks and shit at you, and then after that, firing squad, and he's done. Like, bro, genuinely. Don't give him a trial. Don't do anything like that. Don't even let him talk, bro. Just, yeah, sentence this nigga to death. Instantly. Because it's like, bro.
While on a jailhouse phone call with some of his buddies, he cracks jokes and makes light of the whole situation. He even tells them that, due to the public's interest in him, they could become millionaires by selling old jokes he told while working as a stand-up comic. But this is far from the strangest thing he says.
Yeah, turn those into a book. Try to find a publisher that'll give you money ahead of time for that, just based on my name because of the media. Like, that could be $1 million. I don't know. But I do have a joke for you. What's the most feminine candy bar?
Huh?
Hershey's.
Yeah.
And here we have a case of two fucking glazers. Because that shit wasn't funny at all. What's the most feminine candy? Hershey's. No, that shit's not funny, bro. It's not funny.
You got your sense of humor. You're making the best of it in there.
Yeah. Well, and also people are posting like crazy hate, and there's like, why bother?
So you said you're not getting out.
Correct.
Ever. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. I've I've seen what's coming at me, and it's not good. I'm not getting out. Super fun.
Gareth Pursehouse has made it very clear that he believes he is going down for Amy's murder, and he has completely accepted that. One could likely assume that if this man were not truly guilty of this horrific crime, he would not be speaking this way. Despite this, Gareth was bonded out of jail before his trial began, but Gareth was certainly panicking, because right after he was released on bond, the first place he visited was Los Angeles International Airport to
Wait a
escape
second.
the country.
L fucking justice
The first
system. What the fuck?
Speaking this way. Despite this, Gareth was bonded out of jail before his trial began, but Gareth was certainly panicking because
So people are just killing women now and just getting out on bail? What kind of shit is this? The fuck?
right after he was released on bond, the first place he visited was Los Angeles International Airport to escape the country. Normally, a person who has their bond posted is not allowed next to any airports or borders to prevent them from leaving the country, and if they're found doing so, they're arrested immediately and given no chance for a second bond. Exactly what would happen to
Wait a second. Why is my shit tweaked? Alright, I'm out.
to Gareth as he was arrested once more. The trial of Gareth Pursehouse began in August of 2023. The defense claims that Gareth was only there to talk to Amy and that her death was an accident. They also argued that while Gareth had brought that syringe filled with nicotine to the scene, he had only intended it to be used for his own side. But the prosecution took a different approach and painted Gareth as an obsessive killer.
She rejected his advances. She cut off all contact. And to punish her for that, he broke into her house on Valentine's Day. He broke in there with a syringe loaded with a lethal dose of nicotine.
The prosecution's argument was solid. However, they had a major point that they would have to prove if they wanted to get a guilty verdict. That point was that Gareth came to Amy's apartment on the evening of February 15th, 2020, with the intention of killing her, not just to have a conversation, as the defense alleged. The defense also suggested that Amy may have ended up on the concrete below the balcony while attempting to get away from Gareth out of fear.
One likely scenario for how Miss Hardwick came to rest where she lived in the patio is that she comes home, encounters Mr. Pursehouse. In a panic, she runs through her bedroom to her balcony, climbs up and over the railing, attempts to lower herself or climb down, and is unsuccessful and falls.
Throughout the entire trial, Gareth Pursehouse never once took the stand to testify on his own behalf. Most legal experts will say that this is something that can be very telling to a jury. After all, if an innocent person has nothing to hide, then it is suspicious that he wouldn't speak out to defend himself. But whether or not the jury in this case will see things his way, only time will tell. After finishing the deliberation process, the jury in this case reached their decision in September of 2023.
As to count one, we the jury the above entitled action finding defendant Gareth Pursehouse guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
And just like that, Gareth Pursehouse was officially convicted of the murder of Amy Hardwick. The only thing left was for Gareth to finally be sentenced. Gareth Pursehouse was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Gareth Pursehouse was sentenced to...
And that's what shit the fuck happened. Honestly, I feel like he should have worse punishment. He probably should be sentenced to death, bro, but won't happen. You know what I'm saying? If you made it to the video, I love y'all.